Welcome to California. Get to the chopper. Get out. Get out. Do what Cycle Cruiser says. Get a gun. Buy some of my Cycle Cruiser underwear and subscribe today.
I'll show you where we're going. This is my view.
Gotta get your body all the way around. Wow, holy fucking shit.
Photo equipment. And then, ooh, look at that lizard. Oh.
I might just throw a random fry in the middle. Oh, who's faster? That was good.
So we're on the one, this is Pacific Coast Highway. Real pretty out here. It's got a very prehistoric feel to it. I'm going to be hitting Mulholland Drive up here in a little bit. I'm going to take the first entrance to it up 23. It's Mulholland Highway. And I'm going to show you a couple of tricks that I learned. I've only been riding a sport bike a couple of years now. And I learned a couple of tricks on my own, just thinking about it, that have really helped me a lot. And, you know, I want to share that with you, just so it helps you guys out. You know, it's not an ego thing. A lot of egos in motorcycling. It's kind of why I ride mostly alone. I don't know what it is, but people got a lot of things to say. You know, like the other day I was parked and some guy comes up to me and he's like, you know, why you still got the factory tail on your bike? Why don't you put a tail title? Ouch. I mean, I can make excuses. I think it's safer, you know, I do a lot of city riding. I think it's safer to have, I like to have that, you know, tail section on there with the tail light sticking out in your face so you can see which way I'm turning on those little beady-eyed signals. But I also think the bike looks kind of weird without that tail section, that boom that sticks out with the license plate on it. So, fuck it. This is kind of a cool spot here. A lot of cool cars out here too. A lot of BMWs, a lot of Porsches. Alright, I'm gonna head out and find another spot I can stop. I saw a video the other day, you know, busting on someone that, the kind of people that buy Gixxers, you know. Yeah, Gixxer's a good bike. A lot of people like them, so what? You know, let them enjoy that. That's what they like. They want to put a gay fucking extended swing arm on it, let them do it. Let people do what they want to do. Everyone has their own opinion, and, yeah, they like what they like. So let them like what they like. But it's a lot of ego. I'm not really sure why that is. I think you see that with UFC. It's really popular. I used to watch boxing when I was younger with my dad. You know, I thought that was kind of violent, but, you know, boxing's kind of gone out of favor, and it's been replaced by UFC. I mean, I respect the sport. I respect the amount of competitiveness, the conditioning, the strategy, the learning, you know, the discipline. But personally, I think it's too violent. I don't quite understand, you know, what the attraction is to it. I get it that, you know, we're basically fancy animals, and that men, you know, when they come across an object, they think, well, do I fuck it or do I kill it? You know, I get that. Well, you know, what if you're in a nightclub, you know, and someone is messing with you and your lady? You could be the ultimate fighting champion, but, you know, you get them in an armbar or something, and they panic, they're going to shoot you, or they're going to stick you in the ribs with a knife, poke your eyes out, bite you, you don't know. Oh, this is the Neptunes right here. This is that spot I was telling you about where all the bikers hang out. I've heard the saying that God created man, but Smith & Wesson made him equal. You know, and if you really want to protect yourself, get a gun, basically. Do what Cycle Cruiser says, get a gun. Buy some of my Cycle Cruiser underwear and subscribe today. Looks like we picked up a few bikers here. Yeah, I don't know this road, so I'm not going to push it. These guys obviously know this. I can just tell by the way they're carrying their speed. Never mess with the locals. I mean, these guys are flying, really flying. A friend of mine, Pete, was telling me he took a motorcycle trip to Europe, and he said those guys in the Alps were just insane. You know, they ride that road every day home, so you're gonna get there and try and compete with them? I mean, come on. Isn't gonna happen. He said this one guy just flew past them all, some old guy in, like, I don't know, you know, a big Beamer, like a GS. You know, he flew by them because it's the road he commutes on every day, you know? You do that road enough, you know, every twist and turn, like, you know, oh, that's where the large piece of turd is. Well, I gotta watch out for that telephone pole. I haven't ridden in about a month, hardcore anyway, so, you know, I gotta get used to this again. These sport bikes for a reason. I mean, shifting your weight side to side, torquing the bars, the adrenaline, I mean, it is a workout. You're just soaked in sweat. When I was a kid, I didn't understand why motorsports was called a sport. I mean, my legs are burning already just from all the shifting. did a track day in October, there were a couple of guys there that just older guys, they're probably in their 50s, late 50s, and they had raced in the 80s. And they were fast, really fast. But I stayed with them, and you know, in some cases I got ahead of them for a while. Once I understood the track, I was comfortable. But you know, one of the things that I do is I squeeze the hell out of the grips, you know, as things intensify, and that is a serious workout. You know, your hands cramp up. I remember coming into one of the really heavy braking zones. My hands were so cramped, I could not squeeze the brake. I had to use the foot brake. You know, a downshift to use the foot brake. But my hands, I just couldn't open them. I was squeezing so hard. But it's hard to fight that. It's really hard to fight it. But, you know, you do the best you can. I actually had to get off the track because my hands were numb. I couldn't use them, the giant rock. But I've heard they've been enforcing this. There have been a lot of cops up here. Talking to a guy yesterday, one of the photographers that sits out there where our Mickey Mouse takes all his crash footage. It's one of the last turns of the snake. I think this is actually better than the snake. I'm gonna go straight, I think. Oh, the coppers. See the coppers right there? Gotta be careful of the coppers. 35. Here we go. In terms of stupidity, I can be as stupid as the next guy, but I know that my reach can exceed my grasp. Force crossing. Relax your hands, stop clamping. That's one of the things I struggle with. The other thing that I learned that was really, really helpful was looking through the corner. So when I go around this corner, I'm looking ahead. I'm not looking at the corner, you know, right down in front of me. You know, that's where you go. If you look straight down, that's where you're going to head, you know, drive right off the cliff. So I look ahead. Look at that. Man.